Alright, got another marvelous Mailbag Monday video for you here. Like I said in my previous Mailbag Monday video, I'm going to do the openings every other week. And I was trying to think of what I was going to do in the off weeks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my collection out. I have a big binder. Might be two binders by now. And I have each binder sectioned off into different areas of the country, so on and so forth, different subject matter, that sort of thing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through there one by one and kind of give you a little, just kind of run down what I already have collected and, that sort of thing. But with that being said, let's start opening these up. All right, the first one comes to us from Fort Myers, Florida. Let's get into it, see what we got. Nice little blue envelope. I don't think I'm going to use my knife on it because it seems pretty like a tight fit in here. I think we can just rip it open that way. All right. Nicely protected. I will use my knife on the tape here. Got a little thank you sticker. Let's see what we got. All right, this is the Stone Mountain Railroad. If you look, this is actually the steam locomotives. We went on a little trip to Stone Mountain, Georgia, and another place. Video coming out on later on. Here a couple weeks ago, about a month ago maybe now, but I was kind of interested in the history of the trains that went for the area. I can't think of when the steam trains stopped going. They stopped running the steam trains. I want to say it was in the early 80s, maybe the 70s. If I'm not mistaken, they went to diesel locomotives. I can't remember off the top of my head. Another thing I noticed that was interesting, if you look at the way the train is facing, is going from right to left, and now the trains run from left to right. So I thought that was kind of interesting too, how they changed them up and everything. But just a cool little piece of history about the Stone Mountain area. Kind of gives you a little bit more about it there. I'm not going to open this one up just yet, but this card I think is probably, looking from the people there, I'm gonna say 40s or 50s. It may be early. I'm not exactly sure. But it has been postmarked, but just a little cool piece of history there that I wanted to get a hold of. And the next envelope comes to us from Muscle Shoals, Alabama, up there in the northern part of the state, I believe. Let's see what we got in this envelope here. All right. Oh. This is another Stone Mountain. This is the Dinky, I believe what it's called. 1910 model trolley car operated by the Stone Mountain Scenic Railway during the winter season. Huh. Interesting. This is no longer there. I don't think it's even on the property anymore. But I just saw it, and I thought it was pretty interesting how it's a little trolley. It's kind of different from I guess probably the summer operations. They use a longer train with a longer, more trains, I guess you say. When they're more busy, have more patrons to the park and everything. So this probably was a little more cost effective running such a smaller train. Seeing the crowds are smaller, but it's a little cool little piece of history. Kind of add to the collection. And up next, we got one from Clearwater, Florida. I've been to Clearwater. It's a very, very beautiful part of town. Part of the world, I should say. Part of Florida, however you want to look at it. Alright. So what I have here, this is a shot of Canal Street in New Orleans, Louisiana. See if it's postmarked. It is postmarked. 1948, maybe? Yep, 1948. Interesting. For a while, I was looking for postcards. I found a lot of them have pretty much the same view. The Sanger Theater is a very popular attraction and stuff in the Hotel Monticello, I think it is right there. Anyways, I started seeing a bunch of postcards with the same depiction, same view. And what I was going to do is try to get some from each decade if I could, and kind of see the progression between the earlier postcards up to modern day postcards and everything. But if I'm not mistaken, I think this right here, this building right here, this orangish yellow building, I believe that's where the Hard Rock Hotel was being built. That they had the accident where it collapsed, and a couple people lost their lives sadly in the accident. I believe they've removed all that from the area now. I'm pretty sure that's where it's at. But anyways, that's kind of a little backstory of why I got this. New Orleans is not too far from my house. We used to go there pretty regularly, probably once every month, month and a half when we were down there. But now it's let's just say it's not a very friendly area anymore right now. But hopefully get back better. So just a little thing, kind of a little experiment type thing. I was trying to see the difference in timeline. So this is kind of the start of the timeline. And the next envelope comes to us from New Haven, Connecticut. Got a little bit of a thicker envelope. Got a little thank you. Looks like the old Pringles man, I believe that's what it is. And they secured this one pretty well. I appreciate that. And let's see what we got here. Yep. Okay, this is the top of Stone Mountain, actually. This is the, not really welcome center, but I guess it's the welcome center at the top of the mountain. It's not actually a mountain, it's just a big piece of granite rock. Anyways, this tower is no longer there. That's what I thought was pretty interesting about this. I don't know when they removed it. Right now there is the walkway and stuff is still there. I think this walkway is actually opened up. And there's like a little, like a better term, a patio area right there. You can kind of look at it. But I thought that was kind of neat that there was actually an observation tower up there at one point. And I'm not sure when it left. And if I'm not mistaken, this whole building looks a little bit different now, but, it doesn't have a date on it. I kind of wish it was dated. If I can find a date on it, maybe in the description of the eBay listing, I'll put it up on the screen here for you. But, yeah, I just thought it was kind of interesting. We were there a couple of weeks ago, a month ago, where it was, and, all this has changed. And this picture looks, I'm going to say probably 60s, probably 70s. Some of that time frame. Another thing you noticed, coming out of this building here, past these columns out towards the edge of the mountain, you can see what looks like concrete. I want to say I have seen another postcard where this was like a fountain, or like a little wading fountain, a little wish fountain. I don't know. Thought that was interesting too, because all this is gone here. I don't think there's any remnants over there. Maybe some, foundation marks or something like that. But just a little interesting piece of history of, of what this area looked like then versus now. That's kind of why I had to get it. I like the little history and how it changes over the years. All right, the next one comes to us from Arlington, Texas. I believe there's a Six Flags out that way. We were going to go to that Six Flags here a while back, but let's just say something happened and we didn't make it. I'll make it out there one year. All right. Now what this is, if I can get a hold of it, this is the Shamrock Tourist Court in my hometown, Pascagoula, Mississippi. This card is possibly 50s or 60s. It's no longer a Shamrock Tourist Court. It's actually a Payless Motel. It's kind of a lower rate economical hotel, let's just say. The sign is different, obviously, and the hotel buildings look a lot pretty similar. I want to say some of these trees are even still there. Obviously they're bigger, but I got another postcard very similar to this, if not this exact one. I don't remember, but I just saw it, and I think it was a pretty good deal on it. It wasn't real expensive, but thought that was kind of cool. But just a little piece of hometown history I needed to get hold of. And the last envelope comes to us from Milford, Maine, Massachusetts. I don't know. Big long envelope. Came from up north somewhere. I think I'll just slice it right here. Let's see what we got. Yeah, we'll just do it the old-fashioned way. Rip into it. And that one's not very well protected, but we'll deal with it. All right. Okay, so this goes back to the previous postcard with New Orleans. This one is from 1949 or 43. Not sure. Interesting. I'm starting to like the cards more and more that have been postmarked and, read people what they wrote and everything. But anyways, like I said before, the reason why I'm looking at getting these Canal Street postcards is kind of to see the progression between the area. Now, this postcard here, the previous one, is probably older than this one, obviously, because you can tell larger buildings are being built and everything. Now, it's kind of hard to tell, but if you look, possibly, the Hotel Monticello is right kind of that area. Maybe that's that building. It's kind of hard to tell, but you kind of get the idea of why I wanted to do this. Just seeing the progression for the decades and time of, how things are now versus then and so on and so forth. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell, really. But anyways, you can kind of see where I'm going with this. Kind of a little side project I'm looking at. Kind of the same thing with the, what is it? Lookout Mountain Incline Railway, the trains. You can kind of date the trains by the color and the scheme of them, everything, how they're built and everything. But anyways, that's kind of where I'm going with this. But, just a little side project. Spend a little money and kind of keeps me occupied for a little bit. So, why not? All right, so that concludes this week's Mailbag Monday. You got a decent little selection of cards. Got 3 of them from the Stone Mountain, 2 from New Orleans, and 1 from Pascagoula here around about my hometown area. So, yeah, nothing too spectacular. Just a couple kind of, I don't want to say rare, but, just some things I don't see a whole lot with the Dinky Railroad and, the hotel. Just kind of a little cool piece of history. But like I said before, I'm going to start going through my collection. On the off weeks, when I'm not doing a mailbag video, I'm going to go through my actual postcard collection, kind of, skim through them real quick and give you some thoughts and ideas and, whatever. But just kind of something I'm thinking about doing. But anyways, if you've ever been to Stone Mountain, or you've been to New Orleans, or you stayed in the Shamrock Court Motel, let me know in the comments below. Like always, appreciate y'all watching. We'll see you next time.